Hello everyone, thank you for watching. This is Reed, and this is the tutorial for the final card trick. If you want to see the demonstration, click the link in the description, and it will take you to the demonstration. So, without further ado, let's just get on with the tutorial. So here's the tutorial for the final card trick. It is pretty easy. It requires a tiny bit of sleight of hand. So, what we're going to do is you spread out the cards, you let them choose one, put it back in. They know what it is. You usually won't know what it is, but and then when I put it in front ways. You can put it in back ways, but I put it in front ways, and you put it in kind of at an angle to where it pops out on the other side. And then I kind of push it in, and when I push it in, I put my pinky underneath and kind of just nudge its way in there, and then I grab it like this, and then like I'm squaring it up, but really I'm just getting a thumb break. So now I got a thumb break. I converted my pinky break to a thumb break. And so now I got it all squared up, and I say, okay, now just gonna give it a quick couple cuts. You can cut it twice, you can cut it 3 times. I usually cut it twice. There's your card now on the bottom. And you say, okay, your card's lost in the deck. I cut it a couple times. I'm going to give it a couple more cuts. Just do some false cuts to confuse them, keep them guessing. So now I'm going to make a mess of your deck. And you do this. You put out a few cards, you flip it, you put out a few more, and then you just do this all the way through the deck. And what you're really doing, you're not really making a mess of the deck. You're putting some cards forward and some cards backwards. And you're just doing it halfways. That's what you're doing. So you're putting half of the cards forward, half of the cards back, and they don't realize it. They don't realize that that's what you're doing. And then when you get to the last card, your card, you put it on top, face down. You gotta put it on top. Don't put it on bottom with the rest. So then you say, okay, now all the cards are in this deck are shuffled. Your card's lost in the deck. The deck is shuffled. Some cards are facing back to front. Some cards are facing back to back. Well, sometimes it's hard to find, but you can just say oops or whatever. So you kind of feel a little break there because they're not used to being back to back. So you should be able to find that spot pretty easy. There's only one spot like this, and when you grab it and you say some cards are facing back to back, you're gonna flip it completely. And then when you put it back on top, you've just cleaned it all up. All the cards are back in order except for their card, and you don't want to show them that though. And you say, okay, some cards are facing back to front, some cards back to back. But while you were watching, me and not the cards, I put them all back in order. And to prove it, you flip it upside down and you spread them all out to where they're all face up except for the one. And then you say all of them are back in order except for one, and this adds to the suspense. Your card requires practically no sleight of hand, tiny bit, but super easy. It's a lot of fun and it's super easy. And if anybody, and yeah, if anybody wants to do it, anyone can, because it's a free country. So, thank you guys for watching. If anybody has some comments or questions, just comment. If you want to see any of the other card tricks, there's links in the description you can use. And thanks so much for watching. God bless.